these experiences. In the gospel of today, if you had faith the size of a mustard seed, you could say to the sycamore, be uprooted and transplanted into the sea, and it will obey. Faith, hope, love. We have often asked what these human acts might mean to sweet human history, to the portentous powers of culture, to the lost, the last, and those in need. How could they give birth to goodness in a world that so often seems to gestate and generate more and more death? As many of you are involved in the medical field, I would like to share this very old story. There was a religious sister who was a midwife. She taught in a university and she practiced her profession in a city hospital. Into the hospital walked a young lost teenager, 9 months pregnant, but not even aware of the fact, but very sick. The midwife said to her, I've got news for you. You're pregnant. Yet there was no boy or man who might claim the name of father, no family, no support group, no promise. As this midwife, religious sister recalls, the young girl did not even know how or when she became pregnant. So neither was a knowledge of reproductive rights. The sister's servant promised the young mother to be that she would be there for her. Each week, a visit to be made and lessons taught. How to eat properly, how to take care of a pregnant body, how to prepare for delivery, and how to live after this. And each week, visits were made. After the 9 months passed, birth came. Our new mother's child, with a midwife's guidance, was fed widely, nursed and cleaned, cared, and worked for. Then the mother disappeared. She was gobbled up by this heartless world, lost in maelstrom of his culture, which for her and her child was a nightmare. She went defenseless before the whips of pleasure and power. She vanished into the risky and dangerous night. She was not heard from again until 6 years later, when in her early 20s, she wrote a note to her midwife mother. It was an invitation. The message was not very clear, but then it was a surprise given to this midwife. I wanted to be like you, since you are someone so good and loving. The invitation was to a graduation for licensed practical nurses. Somehow, stronger than all the threat of violence and abuse, more appealing than any seduction at the moment, was the gift and promise of a person's witness. The good is like a flame fire. It extends itself once it is lit, bringing light to those around. Even those light, it can illuminate a big dark room, helping each one make it to the other side. Like love and wisdom, it lives in being communicated, being given, being offered, and being shared. This midwife sister friend did that for young girl. She did that for her. You just do not know how faith bears fruit and bears abundant and firm fruits. You just do not know how God lives on you in other persons. My dear brothers and sisters, the second reading of today is a big reminder. I remind you to stir into flame the gift of God that you have through the imposition of hands, our very own baptism, our very own commitment as Christians. For God did not give us a spirit of cowardice, but rather a spirit of power and love and self-control and growth. So, do not be ashamed of your witnessing, of your testimony to our Lord, nor of the gospel, like Paul, a prisoner for his sake, but rather bear your share of hardship for the gospel, with a strength that can only come from our loving God. Hopefully, this story will invite us to believe that no matter how big and small our faith is, God is the one in charge. That this little faith that we profess and we share with one another will have an abundance effect in the many lives of persons that each one of you are touching by your service in favor of our brothers and sisters. Let us continue this service in thanksgiving for this opportunity that God gives each one of us to touch the lives of many people, even though we are not aware of it. Thank God for His loving grace that He is responsible precisely for allowing the seed of love bear large and abundant fruits to the people that we have touched through our service. Let us now continue this series and together proclaim our hope. We all stand